Okay, stage one, the honeymoon stage. And this is absolutely the easiest stage to be in, the funnest stage. It's not necessarily the most loving, but it's a great, wonderful stage. If we could be here our whole life, we'd probably be thrilled. But of course we can't. And by the way, the honeymoon stage applies whether you're in high school, whether you're in your 20s, your 30s, maybe by the time you get to your 50s and you've had enough life experience to know better. The honeymoon stage really is pretty consistent at whatever age people are starting a new relationship. And there are a couple of qualities to it, or characteristics to it, that I wanted to cover here. First of all, it feels great. You've just met this person and he or she is absolutely, you think, the right person. You're not really sure, but maybe they are. Oh God, maybe what if they really are? Could this be it? And you are typically thrilled. And there are really several characteristics here that we should talk about. The first is, particularly in younger people, right? If you are in your teens, your 20s, even 30s in particular, the hormones are flying. You are sexually attracted to this person. It's usually part of it. In some cases, you are really sexually attracted to this person. There's a chemistry there. It is thrilling to you. It is wonderful. The second characteristic is that people begin to discover all of their common outlooks, common interests. It's like, oh, you like to ski? I like to ski. Oh, you really love 18th century literature? I love 18th century literature. Isn't that terrific? You're a liberal Democrat? I'm a liberal Democrat. Oh, you're a conservative Republican? Great, me too. And there's all of that excitement about you have shared outlooks and shared interests. The third characteristic is where there are differences. Now, some of those differences, you like vanilla, I like strawberry. Isn't that cute? And isn't that convenient? Because you're not going to be eating my ice cream, and I'm not going to be eating your ice cream. And maybe there are others that are more serious. Maybe you are a liberal Democrat, and I'm a conservative Republican, or vice versa. Or maybe you think we should have 2 children, and I think we should have lots of children. I want a big family. But what typically happens here in the honeymoon stage is we say, it's not a big deal. We downplay those differences. Maybe you went up to get a glass of water. We're watching television together. You go to get a glass of water, you get some popcorn, and you did not bring some back to me. This is a true story. This happened to a friend of mine. And you say, that's a little weird. But it doesn't matter. It's no big deal here. And what we tend to do is we tend to deny or downplay some important behaviors that we see or habits that we see in the other person. And often in this stage, there'll be some part of us will say, no big deal. He'll change or she'll change once we're actually in the relationship, further in the relationship, certainly once we get married, or I can change him, or when we're together, he'll want to be different because he's in a relationship with me. Any or all of those things. The key piece is we are, in our mind, either denying or downplaying some very, very important differences, much more important than the strawberry versus vanilla ice cream. And the last piece here that I just want to mention is that there are also a number of issues going on that we are unconscious about. We have to assume that we all have an unconscious, that there are certain things, they're like blind spots. We are just not aware of them. And so when we meet somebody and are attracted to somebody and really like them, it's important to ask ourselves, even though we're probably not going to know, why unconsciously am I drawn to this person? Is there something, does he remind me of my father in some way? Am she the opposite of my mother? And that's why I wanted to be in a relationship with her. These are important issues which typically do not get addressed, understandably, in the honeymoon stage. So the key piece in the honeymoon stage is, it is terrific. We are falling in love. Chances are there's a lot of sexual attraction here. We're thrilled by the common interests. We deny or downplay their differences. And we don't even know that there are other aspects that are at work here, the unconscious aspects that ultimately are going to play out when we get to the Laurel and Hardy stage, which is the next video.